Fraser, firstly, congratulations on becoming the Vice President for Health, Social Care, Education and Medical Science. It must have been a whirlwind that you've gone through over the last few days. Describe what's been going through your head.
The biggest emotion that's been going through my head is excitement, because of course to have this opportunity is quite a big deal, and I wasn't 100% confident I was going to get it. I hoped I would, but to actually get this opportunity, it's quite a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, so I'm just glad to have the opportunity, and I look forward to what the challenges ahead face.
So, although you didn't quite get enough votes in March, since the votes were redistributed, you ended up with 800 cast for you. What does that feel like?
To have such support from the students compared to how many I got from last year's elections, it shows how much more I've got involved and how much more people are paying attention, how much of an impact I've had. So for me personally, that's a really great feeling. And
tell us about the real Fraser. You get back home from a busy day at uni, what's the first thing you do?
When I get home, I'm known to be the bubbliest, funniest, out there character going. I can go from like 8 AM to 8 PM, I can still go home with so much energy, and it just winds my housemates up to no end.
What, they're jealous of your energy, or it's like annoying?
A bit of both, I think.
Buzzing around the room.
Yeah, a bit of both, I reckon.
You run in the election twice. What is it about this position that made you want to run so much?
I think it's because I've been at university for 4 years now, and of course this has been my faculty, so I've been a rep in the past, so I feel I've got that experience within the union and that experience within the faculty to be able to do a good enough job to hopefully help all the students.
So you take up the post in about a month's time. What are you most excited about?
One of the things I'm most excited about is actually doing what I said I was going to do during the campaign. One of the biggest things that came up to me was placement issues. So once I'm into office, one of the first things I'm going to do is actually look how placements work and hopefully resolve that issue for the students and any other problems they may have.
And when you're in the role, you'll actually be representing two quite different faculties. What's going to challenge you most about that?
I think whereas I am a sort of education-based student, of course, like the medical side isn't necessarily my forte. However, in my years, I've got a lot of experience with working with staff and students within that particular faculty, so I'm going to use them, use the faculty reps, and just use them to help me to then make the difference.
Going back to your manifesto that you mentioned, you pledge to optimise communication between staff and students to ensure less stressful situations. What kind of stressful situations do you think students are experiencing, and how are you going to do this?
I think, sort of through experience and through what other people have said, I think the biggest stress is managing all the different pressures, like all the sort of personal life, real world, and sort of like with their assignments and exams, that altogether it can be quite difficult, even with work and housing. So I think if we can get them speaking to the right people, like get the staff to help them with their work and also speak to the right people in terms of work and accommodation, it can just make the process a lot easier. So it's just getting that communication going and making them aware that these services are there.
You also talked about supporting equality and fighting against discrimination. What does this look like at ARU at the moment?
Well, my time at ARU since I've been here, we've come a long way. The LGBTQ+ society in Chelmsford really kicked up a lot, so they're quite a big society now. A lot of policies have come through, like the gender neutral toilets, and we have LGBTQ+ month. So the idea is to sort of keep going off that, keep promoting like the global weeks and all these events, and just keeping that equality fair. And if there are issues of, say, students discriminating, we will have to act upon that quickly, and as we just have to.
You've also been involved in a huge number of societies and opportunities through the Students Union. Which experience do you think will help you most in your new role?
I think it was probably definitely come from our societies. As much as this role is a lot different from running society, the whole idea of leadership, making them critical decisions, facing tough situations, will prepare me somewhat more for this role than probably any of the other positions I've had, because I've been able to sort of have to step up and become sort of reliable.
And finally, as an avid games player, tell us what game is most representative of the Students' Union and why.
That is a very good question. I'm going to go out there and I will explain it. Super Smash Bros. The reason for this is because you've got so many different characters, each with their own different strengths, and through like all different levels and challenges, there are sort of different sort of items, or in this case opportunities, that you can use to then better yourself and then achieve where you want to be.
Great answer.
Thank you.
Good luck in the role, and thanks for talking to me.
Thank you, it's been a pleasure.